What is up, guys? It's the PlayStation Peach and welcome to episode 4 of Let's Play Spyro 3, Year of the Reignited Dragon. In the last episode, we visited Sheila, who kicks really hard, and even did her segment back in Sunny, I think it was Sunny Villa, and a pretty hilarious plot twist happened there. And of course, we all know that Sheila sent money bags flying.
Shut down our cloud generator.
I was about to make that joke,
never see a rainbow again.
I know that you would probably say that I'm doing it too much. But anyway, here's my old pal. Introduce yourself. I said, here's my old pal, introduce yourself.
Big and strong like yours, I could easily glide across here.
Hello everyone, if you do think I'm for a creeper.
What was
And a little quick announcement before we start. I'm right now doing a practice run on Kingdom Hearts. First time playing. Now, you might be wondering, oh, you're gonna play Kingdom Hearts Collection on your channel? Yes, but in a certain way, especially since it's a very long game collection. I have every one of them right now on the PS4. What I'm gonna do is charity live streams. I'm still researching some charities right now to start, but if you want to get some charities to my channel, suggest them.
There's always the Ronald McDonald House charity. Why not do that?
I could look into that one a little bit as well. I'm starting off with some basic ones right now, the Red Cross and Children's Wish, but yeah, go ahead and suggest some others. I'd love to keep doing these charity live streams to help donate to charity.
But now we are in
the metal armor those
Cloud
enemies are wearing
Temples.
protects them from your
And
dragon
our
friends.
heads are in
If
the
you
clouds
hold down
right
the charge
now.
button, you can defeat them with your
And
charge attack.
Zoe is teaching us that armor resists flames, and again, I find that ironic since in Pokemon, fire type attacks are super effective against steel types, but whatever. Yeah, so basically, charge into them, wham, done for. We've always known that, but it's very good for people who haven't played the first two Spyro games and just went into Spyro 3. And I can't act shy and mighty about that because I played a bit of Spyro 2 before doing the first and third game, so yeah. Anyway, our first egg, Stephanie. Little chubby dragons. It's those small details that really helps this dragon world feel alive.
Oh yeah.
So the main gimmick of the Cloud Temples is these moving platforms. How do you move them? Well, you saw it earlier while we were talking about stuff like charity live streams and that one joke I used with Sheila, probably exhausted into oblivion. Basically, oh no, it's him again.
Well, if it isn't my favorite dragon. The sorceress has put me in charge of guarding these bellows. However, I might look the other way if I was distracted. Counting gems.
No way, you doofus.
What? No? What else are you going to do with all those gems? Buy flying lessons? That was a good one.
Flying lessons?
Oh, yes.
Fine.
Precious, precious gems. Well then, Spyro, you may now use the bellows anytime you wish. Best of luck on your little egg hunt.
Though now that I think about it, it probably wouldn't be too outlandish for someone like Spyro to take flying lessons, because even though he can technically fly, the only time he can is with magical powers, Or if he was in something
Remember,
like,
to get your
say,
longest glide,
the
press the jump button at the very
speedways
top
or
of your
flight
jump,
stages.
and use the action button to
But
hover at the end of your glide.
to fly long term, he probably would have needed flying lessons. Kinda like how people need swimming lessons. And speaking of which, you'd think someone like Sonic would finally take swimming lessons after all these years. Seriously. He's been around for 25... No, 25... Wait, hold on. All 29 years, and he still can't swim. And
That is quite odd.
especially considering the fact that hedgehogs in real life, they can't swim.
Oh, you activated the bellows. Maybe I can get the cloud generator working again.
Sorry that I'm not talking much. I'm kind of focusing on some things right now on the Kingdom Hearts game. I'm in the middle of one of the gummy ship levels.
The
We
Rhinox
just
must
saved
have
the
been
clouds.
using this thing to clog up the cloud generator.
And for our reward, we get Henry. Wagging his tail. I can't get over these little draggies. So what's that purple portal over there? We'll find out later. But right now, I'm focusing on two things. First of all, there's a trophy you can get by gliding for 5 seconds and landing safely. There's actually a little trick I find out later on that helps with this, but it's not easy, let me tell you. And yes, don't worry, hovering will help with this trophy. As long as you don't touch the ground when in the end of your glide, you will get it. But it takes quite a few tries for me here. Those Rhinox were running away from me. As for
I
these,
just realized I never upgraded my, never customized my gummy ship, so I need to do that at some point soon.
there's this little platform area where there are a bunch of gems and a bunch of flamethrowers. Get reach here. Claire! Hey, made a little rainbow with his claws. That's nice.
Nice. Difference man in heaven. Yeah, I had to reference Husband Hotel, sue me.
And the funny thing about that is, it's like we're up in the clouds, and rainbows form in the sky. So it's like,
Did I just unlock?
so it's like the dragon knew.
Am I in the Tarzan district? I don't know, maybe King Mickey's down there.
Well, that didn't go too well.
It's place like that? No way. Let's move on. Hold on, Riku and Kairi might. Hold on. I can't even read. Hold on. Riku and Kairi might be down there. Let's just check it out. Just land. Am I seriously arguing with Donald?
Maybe.
Come on. Ah, silly.
And of course, much like in any Spyro game, enemies respawn when you die.
And we're about to crash. Okay.
And as for this purple portal,
Tarzan world.
let's see.
Are our sun has gone out.
Let's try to
We can
focus
make a
on
new one
Spyro
with
right
a lava
now.
fusion cauldron and 3 sun
Sorry.
seeds, but they keep burning out before we can get them in the pot. Step on the switch to get a fresh sun seed and keep flaming it until you get it into the pot.
Ah, this is interesting. Little sun drops wearing sunglasses. I bet they want to look way past cool going into the sun pot. Luckily, there is in
In
fact...
the middle of battling a
Aw, crap. Must have glitched out. Basically, the way you get this, just keep flaming the seeds, or drops, and eventually, they'll hop in the cauldron.
And I think that the cat had a name or something.
Eh.
Oh.
Hey,
I
I
just
checked that sun out. He's, like, putting his thumb up. Like,
I just defeated it.
hey.
Wait, it's back up. And there's Tarzan.
Dude,
Tarzan
we're
Ex Machina.
Good work getting off track here.
Sorry. This is just really good.
Let's go back here. Get a new sun drop.
The leopard's name was Sabor.
You know, whenever I look at these sun seeds, I can't help but think of that one joke in Hercules, where Hades demanding that the Titans kick Olympian butt. Then Pegasus blows out the fire on Hades' head, and he's like, "Whoa, is my hair out?" I don't know if that's supposed to be some kind of adult joke, but if it is, it's hilarious. If it wasn't, then let's get off track again. Oh, we almost went out there. Now, all 3 sun drops have been put in the cauldron, and now, bam! That is one big sun.
Now that's what I call a sun. Here, you can have this last sun seed as a souvenir. I think it might be a dud, though.
Lulu. Alright, let's see if there's anything else
Oh my
around
god,
here.
Sora's trying to talk to Tarzan, he's still trying to learn to talk.
Where are the gorillas? Gorillas!
Gorillas! That was like the funniest thing in the movie. Just scrolling all the time. Oh my god, I'm jealous of Goofy and Donald now. They landed in trash in the camp.
Okay, something's wrong with Sparks. Or it's tracking.
Donald and Turk.
With Sparks tracking. Whenever I press L3, he'll sometimes point in the direction that I just left. So like, if I left a different part of the world, then return to the main area, pressed L3, Sparks would still point in that direction. But anyway, when I went to this whirlwind, I thought it would help me with my gliding trophy, but nope.
Now Tarzan's on my team, okay.
It led to a whole new area. Dude, can you pause that so we can focus on
At
this?
the crack of dawn. But
Why
these
not?
mischievous spirits are stopping our bells from
Sounds like a
ringing.
team, I think. I don't know, it's Disney and Final Fantasy, okay? Don't ask questions, it's weird already.
There's a thief, and he's stolen a dragon egg!
Send Tarzan after him!
That was actually pretty good.
Disney jokes while doing this.
Yeah. But seriously, I think you should probably pause it before it gets too out of hand. Brian, Hey, little
I
bouncy
highly
Brian.
recommend you try to get the Kingdom Hearts collection on your PS4 and play them. Note this though. You gotta get the Kingdom Hearts 1.5, 2.5 remix to get the first 6 games. To get the next 3 games, you have to get the Kingdom Hearts 2.8, a final chapter prologue. And then you gotta get Kingdom Hearts 3, and then there's some DLCs you gotta get. Most of them are free, so it's easy to get the free ones for the remixes and the free ones for Kingdom Hearts 3, but there's one in Kingdom Hearts 3 that you have to pay for. I'd recommend paying for the version that is both the Reignited DLC and the music video. That way, you get everything basically. Now, the Reignited is basically a stupid cheap move where they basically say, here's the real ending, pay for it. But the real ending kind of ruins it and just shows sequel bait. The ending you get in the game is more beautiful and makes it feel like a closing to the adventure, basically. Though, when you buy the Reignited DLC, you can choose whether or not to play it. You can choose. So that's good, at least.
And anyway, take out these little fire beasts, and the cloud will be producing rain again. And thunder.
Do you want this doodad? It fell out of the belfry.
Rain, rain, show the spookiness of the holiday. Give us the thunder and lightning and strike it down and rise the Frankenstein's monster. And also Jason Voorhees, because he rose once with lightning.
Wait, doesn't Jason Voorhees appear in Dead Island?
No, Dead Island's that zombie game. Jason Voorhees, you're thinking of Dead by Daylight, but Jason Voorhees is sadly not in that one. I don't think he is. I'd have to double check the DLCs. I know Jason Voorhees has his own video game though, Friday the 13th, the video game.
Right, but I heard that from Tat's Top Videos, top 40 scariest Easter eggs in games, there's a part in Dead Island where you actually get a cameo from Jason Voorhees. Okay, not...
There's actually also a Jason Voorhees reference in the Goat Z DLC for Goat Simulator. It's more visible when you're playing on the computer version though, because apparently on consoles they changed some of the graphics and models. So it's a little less. I can tell you this right now, on the console version of Goat Simulator, the Easter egg to the Shrek Turtles, the Shrek Ninja Turtles, yeah, they don't use those models anymore, they just put the, like, masks and weapons on some random hobos.
That's lame.
Yeah, like seriously, they were able to get everything else in this game, but not the Michael Bay Turtles.
Sad.
Anyways, but yeah, I do recommend you try out the Kingdom Hearts games, even if you have to play them on your channel for a long period of time, basically. They are worth it, because they are very fun, very expansive and everything.
I might do a playthrough on the side while I do Kingdom Hearts.
Also note that, a few of the games in the Kingdom Hearts collection are remastered cutscenes because the gameplay is not important. Those would be the 2DS games and the mobile game. Yeah. I mean, the mobile game is free, but I don't know if it's worth it in the end. So I'm glad they put them as like little movies that you could play on your console, basically. Though I should note that the mobile one's cutscene is about like an hour and a half, like maybe an hour, but the ones for the DS are like 3.5 hours each. So yeah, you got some marching to do, basically, on those ones. Whereas the other ones you can play. I heard the reason why they didn't include the gameplay for the DS games is because, well, you're basically just replaying previous games. Just with a different story. I don't know. So they remade the Game Boy Advance game into full 3D apparently, so yeah. And they also remade the 3DS game, though it really benefits from the 3D business, but yeah, no 3D on the console. And apparently you can use a touchpad as a touchscreen on that one. kind of confusing, I know.
Also, I eventually find out a good way to get the glide for 5 seconds and land safely trophy, but what would your strategy be? What did you do to get it?
What do you mean?
Like in Cloud Temples, there's a trophy where you have to glide for 5 seconds and land safely. How would you go about doing it personally?
Find a high spot and then land somewhere, basically. It's easy to get a high spot, but just make sure you can reach the lower area that you're trying to glide to. And then just count to 5.
Yeah, it was probably easy
It's not
to...
that hard.
It was probably easy for you, but for me, I had a bit of a hard time.
How do you have a bit of a hard time? You're in one of the earliest levels. It shouldn't be that hard.
I know, but you gotta remember, this is essentially a blind playthrough. I'm not as familiar with the level design as you are.
Good point, I guess.
If only I...
Play the originals, though, as well. If you're gonna play Spyro on the channel, you might as well grab the originals. In fact,
Yeah,
you could play the originals through digital copies right now on the PSN store. So I think you need the PlayStation Now subscription in order to play them on the PS4.
Well, I'll definitely do a playthrough of the original versions on the PS1 at some point. So whether or not there will be commentary, I've yet to determine that. But this is where I get an idea to glide all the way from here, from this giant platform, over to this little area with the whirlwind, and it didn't go too well the first time, but it at least gave me the framework on how I should get it. But of course, it takes a while for me to be able to get it. Go to this whirlwind. Bash this Rhinoc that keeps respawning. No one likes you, Rhinoc. Avoid the fire. Get back to the platform. The charging starts. Jump, glide. What? There's an invisible wall above that little bull statue? You gotta be kidding me. There's literally nothing on those little statues, and I was directly above it, and it still made me collide with an invisible wall. This might be one of those annoying glitches that you mentioned when you said that the game was rushed like the third game was.
Yep. So, the third game on the Reignited trilogy was rushed in a different way. They had the game ready on the original one, just rushed the soundtrack, and so some tracks were reused. And then came the Greatest Hits version / Collector's Edition that finished the soundtrack. That was it. The Reignited version, however, they tried to rush this one in a different way, and not in a good way. And so you'll get some minor progress hindering glitches. Just note ahead of time, skateboarding levels, do not spend too much time on them. If you have to, you might want to make sure you're able to just close the game, reopen it, go back in, and to those racing areas often, because you're going to get lag if you play too long every time. And that lag will not go away when you exit the skateboarding area. It will stay there until you shut off the game, basically.
Well, I haven't experienced it yet, but I guess I'll take your word for it. But right now, we have finished
At
There's the
last,
Cloud
my
Temple.
portal is working
And
again.
let's talking
Come
to
visit me
Rocky.
at the Tiki Lodge.
Ah, the Tiki Lodge. So our next destination is the Molten Crater. That is in the next episode.